chilly, rainy Wednesday night under the lights and between the bricks here in this presentation of the South Atlantic Conference on the Bears Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing. Tonight, the Trojans of Anderson bring their 6-game winning streak here to Hickory to take on the number 14 Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. We're looking to get back on track after Saturday. Eric Bach, Jamie Dickinson, delighted you are along with us. And Jamie, there's no way to beat around the bush. Saturday was not pretty for the Bears.
We played Saturday?
Yeah, 10-goal loss at Limestone. Fewest goals scored in second fewest goals scored in program history, 12 years of Lenoir-Rhyne lacrosse. So time to flush it. Good Anderson team that's on the come-up in their second year of lacrosse in the SAC. As I said, brings a 6-game winning streak in. This will be a good challenge and a good indicator of where the Bears are, not only physically but mentally bouncing back after that Limestone game.
Absolutely. It was just one of those games. It was alumni weekend at Limestone. They had all their alumni get there. They were dedicating part of the new field. It just was sort of just a whole bunch of stars aligned against the Bears on Saturday. They, like you said, need to flush that and from the memory banks, hit dump and come out and get ready to go tonight against Anderson. It's going to be a little bit challenging with the rain. I think it's supposed to clear up in a little bit, but at least it's not 30 degrees and a 40-mile-an-hour wind. So it is what it is. You got to move on. You got to play. There's still a lot of weirdness going on in early season lacrosse with teams getting beat that you're like, why did they lose? And so Bears still have everything in front of them, and we look forward to a good game tonight.
Obviously, the schedules are not similar for these two. The Bears have played, all three of their losses have come to teams currently ranked in the top 10. The Bears are still ranked in the top 15 themselves. Anderson, much easier path. But last year, these two met in Anderson, a Bear win 22-8 as we now take a look at the numbers from that matchup a year ago. I mean, the Bears forced 12 turnovers, only turned it over 4 times, got 52 shots, and were 19-21 in clears. And we'll try to repeat that performance today in what was kind of a sneaky, chippy game last year down at Anderson.
It was very chippy. And there was a lot of, let's say, quote-unquote, social media interactions between the two teams before the game. And the original number 42 from last year fully earned a 1-minute unsportsmanlike conduct foul in the first half. And about 3 minutes later, Will Kanata earned his first collegiate 2-minute unnecessary roughneck call where he absolutely laid out, legally I might add, but it was just a little bit too hard, an Anderson player, and it got a little bit ugly there for a while in Anderson. Frankly, in the rain in Anderson last year.
A little bit of a common theme as we take a look at our keys to the game presented by Fry Regional Medical Center. It's really simple for the Bears. Do the little things, clean offense, and Anderson's got one of the best face-off guys in the country in Cam Weeks, and if they can challenge him in the face-off X, that will be the key tonight.
Absolutely, and I think what the key is you got to do better than 1 for 8 and man up.
Yep.
And you've got to hit the goal. The 50% of the Bears' shots on Saturday missed the net. And last I checked, if you miss the net in hockey or in basketball or in soccer or in lacrosse, if you miss the goal, you're not going to score. Yeah. So the Bears have to hit the frame. If they hit the frame, I think we have a lot of people who are ready to get cranked up and start shooting the ball a little bit.
One of those people is Torrin Eccleston, and he is 4 points away from 100. 79 goals, 17 assists. Bears leading scorer this year with 16 goals. So he will try to get that milestone tonight as we now have the national anthem here in Hickory. We'll take a short break, come back with the face-off of Lenoir-Rhyne and Anderson next on the Bears Sports Network.
Hey Bears fans, Dave here with Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, your local hometown dealer since 1967. Come see us in Hickory or Morganton to check out all of GM's hottest new products, the area's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, and service you can depend on. Visit us online at everettchevy.com. Good luck to the Bears this season, and remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Go Bears!
Starting lineups getting read. Just a couple of moments away from face-off between the Trojans of Anderson and the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne. Second all-time meeting between these two schools. Bears have a 24-game winning streak against unranked opponents that they're putting on the line tonight when Anderson comes. But, Jamie, offensively, you mentioned it on Saturday, the Bears just – a lot of the shots weren't even close to the net. They weren't high percentage shots, and they got to get back to that.
And the shots that were on net either hit the goalie in the stomach or hit him in a stick.
Yeah.
And when a goalie gets a bunch of shots in the first quarter, first half, that hit him in the stomach, hit him in the stick, he starts to see the ball and have a lot of confidence. And there is something that we call in lacrosse, like you shoot the goalie into having a great game.
Yeah.
And that's what the Bears did in the first half on Saturday. And it just the defense played exceptionally well. We were playing defense a lot. They played well. They played hard. They played physical. Really, the clears were pretty even. The ground balls were pretty even. The turnovers were pretty even. It was 1 for 8 on man up, and they hit the frame 20% of their shots, and those are the two things that have to change.
Miles Moffitt didn't play on Saturday. He is playing tonight. He's probably not 100%. He told me that he was, but I don't know if I believe him.
No, I don't believe him either. Not when Eric basically said that he had an ankle injury, probably not quite as bad as the one he had in 2019, or was it 2019? Yeah, against or last year against Mercer when he almost broke his ankle. So it's good to see Miles out there. He's actually starting, so that's a great sign. Very senior officiating crew, Brian Holland. And we'll have a good crew here, and we'll see what happens. We got Eric Dickinson over there lacing up a goal. We had a little problem with the net, so I think we're all good to go.
The rain has picked up. We thought it might stop by game time, but it's actually gotten stronger. We're right on the very edge of the system that's moving through the western foothills of North Carolina. So hopefully by maybe halftime at least, the rain will be completely out. So the first chance in the face-off X for John Paulus, and the first win for Cam Weeks. So I talked to the coaching staff of LR before the game. They said, we expect Anderson to have it a lot with Weeks in the face-off X, but they have confidence in their defense, and that just makes it more important to take advantage of your offensive opportunities when you have them.
Yeah, that face-off actually wasn't bad. That was more of a ground ball scrum than a clean face-off win. And I think if Coach P will take a whole bunch of those ground ball scrums, than just clean wins, because clean wins lead to fast breaks, and I don't care how good your defense is. Ooh, nice save by Noah Johnson.
Noah's been definitely one of the highlights and high points of this team so far. He's played exceptionally well.
Great ground ball.
Colton McCracken with a great ground ball there, as you said.
Throw it early. Nope, threw it a little bit late.
Floated for Moffitt and picked up, and a shot off the stick of Bruger.
Nice backup by Voss.
The goalkeeper for Anderson is Tyler Barlin, the sophomore from Lawrenceville, Georgia. But the Bears possess it with Venazio, who is the transfer from Coker and is the second leading scorer on this team after Eccleston. So Eccleston, David Bell in it, Kanata, Venazio, Evan Voss, and Miles Moffitt. The Bears in white on the attack, looking for win number 5.
I'm actually like this. No matter what happens on this offensive possession, I like what I just saw. We just threw a skip pass. We hadn't thrown a bunch of those yet this year, so that's a positive development.
Evan Voss, the freshman, gets bumped off his spot there by Chase Robertson.
He needs to take his guy just a little higher. He needs to take another couple steps up the field before he rolls underneath. He took 1 step above goal line, extended, rolled back underneath, was behind the goal. If he takes 2 more steps to glory, that's probably a goal.
It's the first turnover of the game on a bad pass there for the Bears. Anderson has 2 of the top 4 scorers in the sack.
I think that's probably a function of who they've been playing.
True, but certainly already 2 more wins this year for the Trojans than they had all of last year. So certainly a year 2 improvement after the first year under head coach Albert Mitchell. And they swing it around behind the net. And this is Logan Gaddis. Checked there by Masson. It's the rain, as you can hear it, I'm sure, We're
Held
under
it
a
down.
tent here as the
Great
ball is
lift.
jarred loose there. Colton McCracken again with another ground ball. Actually, that's Nate Ashley that picked that one up.
Yeah, Nate Ashley and Colton McCracken are basically interchangeable.
Yeah, and one's 8 and one's 9. It's
Yep,
almost
throw it.
impossible to tell the difference. Moffitt off the one-time look, zings
high.
it high.
We need to throw that pass on that fast break sooner. We're getting too low when we're throwing it too flat. We need to throw it 5 yards sooner and throw more of a diagonal pass on that first pass on a fast break than to throw it when you throw it from the. We need to throw it from the 35 to the 20, not from the 25 to the 20.
Venazio got in close, but got it poked out from
Yep.
behind that time by Peyton Jefferson. A really nice play by the Trojans on defense, and now here they come into their zone.
Good job by Voss hustling back as an attackman, covering the pole, keeping him from having ideas of going all the way to the goal. That's one thing that a lot of high school kids can look at. When you're the attackman and you're closest to the midfield, go when you're on a ride, because if you stop, the guy now is just this just becomes an odd man rush.
It's a really young Anderson team as well. Not a whole lot of film out there on this Trojan team. Wearing the chrome gold helmets, looking
That's
like
a
Notre
tip.
Dame out there. Tipped off the stick of Masson, and the
Here
ground
goes
ball picked up
Starkey.
by Christian Starkey, who missed some time, is
Great,
back
that's
now.
the early pass. There we go.
Another look for Moffitt.
That's much
Off
better
the left
offense.
side.
That's much better fast break offense with moving the ball early.
But good to have Starkey back in this lineup. Bears definitely need him
Yep,
down the stretch.
I saw his dad pregame. His brother's here taking a look at LR, and there's 2 other kids from the Woodlands in Texas taking a look. So we were excited to see him.
Certainly a
shoot
family
Bryce.
affair here. Bryce Reese got
Yep.
his shot tipped that time by Rex Hardy. And back and forth we go now. Anderson with Hardy bringing it into their zone. Hardy gets in and misses wide of the net to the left. Johnson was ready for it, but it'll stay with the Trojans.
Nice job by the LR defense staying home and forcing Anderson to move the ball and make a decision. That becomes a lot simpler for the goalie without having people moving around in front of him. It's a little bit easier to see the ball and make a save.
96 in black, 50 in black. Bo Henson and Tristan Schaefer are those
That
two
was a
aforementioned. Definitely was a pass.
But they're going to call it a shot.
Well, they
That look for all the Anderson might have gotten away with one there, but that looked for the world like a pass.
rain still coming down hard here between the bricks. That's Schaefer. The top of the point, swings it around to Nick Calabrese. One of 2 on this team. It's the older brother of Max. Ball is loose on the ground again.
The interesting thing about, you said that Anderson's a relatively young team. If you look at the LR roster, we're really pretty young too. The other thing that everybody forgets is our players played in a lot of these guys played in 2020, which was their freshman year.
Didn't lose that year of eligibility.
Right, but really their freshman year, all the kids who were freshmen in 2020, their
Right.
freshman season was last year.
Sure.
This is really their true first sophomore season. And I've talked to Coach P about this a lot. Sophomore year is always the hardest year for college, for lacrosse players that he's seen at Carolina when he was coaching and at Ohio State when he was coaching and here at LR. Sophomore year is when someone has a struggle, and I think we're seeing a little bit of that from the Bears.
Shot
right
went
now.
wide from Calabrese. But it'll stay with the Trojans with 51 on the shot clock.
I can't see the game clock. We're 9:29 on the game clock.
Under multiple tents. Ball is loose. Still loose
off
as it
black.
goes to the corner, and it will go back to the Bears.
Yep.
So Ashley will get it started in his end zone, coming into frame. Nate, the sophomore from Bradenton, Florida, went to IMG Academy, the famous IMG Academy.
Yep, nice clear by Nate. Very simple, just basically a punt return clear.
That was one area that the Bears did well on Saturday. If you were looking for a silver lining of that limestone loss, it was that. The Bears were over 80% in that category. So now,
well, that's a go. Go, Torrance.
Eccleston, lots of room, looking for point number 100 today. Skips it into the chest of Heckel.
That's a little bit of a deliberate shot. Goalie kind of saw it all the way. If no one's coming to get you, just keep a great ride by Kanata to force a turnover.
And Venazio keeps it in. Now Bears looking to attack. Voss on the far side. Kanata And David Bell cranks one and misses the right post.
We need David Bell to get on a roll here.
So Moffitt with it. Back from injury. Looks to be moving around okay, but I assume he's playing through stuff.
And Miles has never been a speed dodger.
Nope. So Torin would be the 9th career Bear to reach 100 career points if he is able to do that today. But imagine if not today, it's inevitable that he will get there.
Yeah, nice ground ball by Miles on that pass. Bounced a little bit in front of him.
Well, Kanata, who you mentioned, mixed things up big time.
White's in the crease. So it's going to be black ball.
Venazio, I believe, the guilty party there. Mm-hmm. So another turnover for the Bears.
This is where LR has an advantage on their ride. They need, with an inexperienced team like Anderson, they need to ride really, really hard, and they can create a bunch of turnovers off of a ride.
Already 9 combined turnovers in this game. 5 for the Trojans and 4 for the Bears.
Victor Powell just stood that guy up as he ran into the crease. Didn't even bet. That was number 46 is a big guy coming down the field. Victor Powell just stood him up and knocked him backwards.
Preseason All-American Victor Powell. The big long hair coming out of the white helmet. 28 in white on the far side. With it behind the net is Anderson.
Great job.
And challenge there by Masso, and it's picked up there by Anderson, but a bad pass.
Great.
And it is.
Great job by 9 is McCracken, just making a simple play to that run right at a guy. Yep, there we go. Here we go.
Colton, as Bear fans famously remember, the hero from that classic Tampa game here between the bricks just 10 months ago.
Mm-hmm. A little warmer and a little drier that day.
Right? Quite a bit warmer. It's not terribly cold. It's still
it's actually tolerable.
Mid-50s, and the wind is not much of a factor, which would make things way worse than it is here. The rain still steadily falling. Bryce Reese, reigning All-American, gives it off to Moffitt. Can't handle it for a second. Gets surrounded by black jerseys, and it's picked up there by Anderson. And Matt Morganroth, freshman from Georgia. So the 5th turnover for the Bears. And now another over and back on Anderson. 2nd straight offensive possession that has ended in that type of turnover for the Trojans. And the whistle blows.
I think the ball went out of bounds. The referee here on the near side is calling balls out of bounds. It's not over and back. The ball just simply rolled out of bounds.
Liam McGrath will restart it. Liam, the junior from Nova Scotia. Spins looking for our first goal. Can't get it to Moffitt, who tried to one-time it right near the crease. Miles can't believe, as he's calling, that the ball got tipped, and now the officials agree and will give it back to the Bears.
And the Anderson fans to our left significantly disagree with the call.
And so does Albert Mitchell out there on the right side bench. They both signaled tip. Both of the officials did on that side. They got together, and it will stay with the Bears. Moffitt was adamant that it was.
Yeah, and when the 2 officials in the offensive zone both signal tip, that's pretty much cut and dried on that one. And we got to catch that ball.
And that's, probably a more product of the weather than anything else, as Rex Hardy brings it into the zone, and the first shot from leading scorer in the SAC, Bo Henson, misses wide. The senior from Woodstock, Georgia, transferred in from Young Harris, where he was a good player there. Mm-hmm. So a good pickup there for Anderson in the portal.
He came over from when Young Harris closed their program down. I'm assuming that's how he wound up in Anderson.
And the first goal of the game for the Trojans.
It's like number 32, I believe. We were both looking
Riley
down at
Zapfi,
paper.
Well, and looking around screens, but Zapfi, the goal for the Trojans. Finally cash in. Actually, it's Garrett Hawkins who's credited with the goal. Let's take a look at our Spangler replay. All our replays here on the Bear Sports Network, presented by our friends at Spangler Restoration. Fast forward a bit. And there it is. Right there in the middle. So 1-0 Anderson, and now off the faceoff. They're so dangerous in that way, and it's back-to-back. Make it, take it. Cam Weeks, the faceoff man, scoops it and scores it. There is a flag on the field back near midfield. We'll see what this is
we
about.
Got 2 flags down. The initial flag was thrown by the lead official on the shot. So we're going to see what we got here. So the goal is good.
First goal for Hawkins
White.
was number 17 on the season for him.
It's an unnecessary roughness penalty, 1 minute. Bears will be man down. It was a live ball foul. We're going to face off.
So goal number 7, almost all of them in that exact scenario right there. The make it, take it for Weeks, who just the sophomore, the LR coaching staff thinks that he is the best face-off man in all of Division II lacrosse, which says a lot.
Yeah, he's very, very good.
And obviously showed you why right there. So first 2 shots fired here by Anderson.
And we got a face-off
violation on Weeks.
I'm not sure exactly what he did. No, he can't come out of the box.
And Macon Sumner was about to go up against him. But Starkey picks it up, and off the Bears go, looking for their first tally of the day.
Yeah, it's a little bit fortunate for the Bears to get the face-off violation from Weeks. He doesn't violate very much. But we'll take it, and we'll try to kill the penalty, run a little offense.
He was 165 for 189 coming in.
That's just unreal. All credit to him. That's a skill that's learned. Do I see light in the western sky?
You sure do. This weather is puzzling, but Bears will have to fight through it. The weather's the same for everyone out here. Kanata's doubled. Swings it back out to Liam McGrath, the 35-yard line. 3 LR losses this year to UND, number 2 in the country. Tampa, number 3 in the country. And Limestone, number 7 in the country. So,
and UND may move up because I heard a rumor that Lemoyne lost to Florida Southern.
A rumor, eh?
Mm-hmm. Let me check.
That doesn't feel like something that would be kept on the down low. The number 1 team, reigning national champions, losing. Unanimous number 1. Moffitt behind the back off the look from Kanata. Missed left. Voss back there, but 9 on the shot clock for the Bears. Have to hurry. Eccleston, his first look of the day, goes way wide. Voss tries to run it down with 5 and does.
Took Voss's head off
Shoo.
Over there.
Evan with some quick reflexes to avoid that shot, but a little bit more of the same so far offensively for the Bears. Moffitt behind the net has to hurry. They get it to Venazio. And that is a shot clock violation on the Bears as the ball got tipped.
Actually,
and you were correct.
Florida Southern beat Lemoyne by 2 in Florida.
So the Dolphins leave New York and head home with an L.
Probably too warm for them.
Right? Still definitely going to be there when it's all said and done, though.
100%. And with 6 teams getting in from each region this year, unlike last year when it was 5, a little bit more compressed NCAA field, there's going to be some opportunity for teams like the Bears, who have a couple losses in region, 1 conference loss now. We got to just do our job.
Shot misses wide there from Anderson's Garrett Hawkins, sophomore from Clover, South Carolina. So we're just over 3 to go, first quarter. Anderson scored back-to-back goals within 30 seconds of each other. And now they have a third. Right around the nets. I believe that was Nick Calabrese burying number 3 of this first quarter for Anderson, who has been unfazed by the weather, unfazed by the road environment so far. They've gotten the first 3 here between the bricks. Number 9 on the season for Nick, the sophomore from Auburn, Georgia. That's one Johnson might want back.
Yep.
So now important face-off here for Macon Sumner. And it's one clean by Cam Weeks, who's just
Yeah, he's
phenomenal.
Very good.
Fun to watch. But yeah, you said it. That's facing off is such a learned skill. It's not something that somebody's usually naturally very good at.
I mean, it's a lot of fast twitch muscle. So if you're a fast twitch muscle guy, you have an advantage. But it's definitely a learned skill. It's a craft that it's learned, and it's just a question of time on task. It's that whole thing. You have to do something 10,000 times to master it.
Right.
I'm sure Cam Weeks has done to be as good as he has done it way more. Practice face-offs way more than 10,000 times.
Calabrese gives it off, just scored the third goal. Bears have had a couple of decent possessions, but still had just one really good look at goal from Venazio and got turned away late in the shot clock. But this was the game that the Bears expected. A lot of possession for Anderson because of Weeks.
So what the Bears really have to do is when they get the ball in the offensive zone, they got to cash in.
100%. Make the most of your opportunities. 12 on the shot clock for Anderson here. Bears have defended for quite a while, trying to hold him out. Leading scorer in the sack gets turned away.
Nice save by
there,
Johnson.
Bo Henson turned away, but a 60-second reset on the shot clock. And Victor Powell with a caused turnover there. Johnson picks up the grounder.
I just got a rather annoying weather report from the Masons in Philadelphia. It's 72 and sunny.
Oh, geez.
Don't worry, Doug. The rain is coming your way.
Eventually, Powell from way outside hits his own teammate back there behind the net as it missed the net. Dylan Stape took the worst of that one, and it will stay with the Bears as Voss is in the corner. 57 on the shot clock for the Bears.
When it hit the player behind the goal, it stopped being a shot because it dramatically changed the trajectory of the ball. So the closest to the ball, when and where it goes out of bounds, doesn't apply. Anderson was the last to touch it. That's why it's Bears ball.
Will Kanata?
Will needs to get one going here. That's a little bit too soft a shot.
Just
get
too
there,
far
Will.
out. There's a bump off. Ball is loose.
Nice
and a pick
job
up by Eccleston.
Great job by Kanata to create a ground ball. Not give Anderson a free run at that. Just played the man, let somebody else get the ball. It's classic man ball across. Good job by Will.
And Will takes a shot off the leg of Heckel, the keeper, as it squirts to the corner, but Venazio picks it up.
Bears just need to keep shooting. They're getting it on frame. They have to keep shooting. They got to have faith that they're going to go in.
Kanata again bounces it off the stick of Heckel to the outside, and it will stay with the Bears with a 60-second reset as Eccleston runs it down.
This is actually really positive for LR. It's given our defense a chance to rest a little bit.
End of the first quarter as it ticks down, under 5 seconds to go. Torrin has to hurry. I'm not sure he knows about the clock. He does, but it got deflected. And what a first quarter there for Anderson. Chase Robertson with the final deflection. And the Trojans have to be feeling good about themselves after one. They're fired up. They got all 3 goals of the first quarter. Held the Bears off the board, and will try to build on their lead when you come back to rainy Moretz Stadium in this presentation of the South Atlantic Conference on the Bears Sports Network, presented by NBA Roofing.
Break great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
Second quarter rolling, 3-0 Anderson over Lenoir-Rhyne here in the renovated Moretz Stadium. You see at the top of the shot there the progress that's being made on this stadium. They say it's going to be done for football season. I didn't believe them at the beginning, but I believe them now with the way that the progress has gone along here.
Got a score update for all you Sac fans out there. Wingate is hosting Queens today. Late in the first quarter, it's 3-2 Wingate.
Another clean win for Cam Weeks. But you look at the stats, Jamie. Bears actually outshot Anderson 14-11 in that.
The Bears just need something right now to go right. That was what the losses that they've had stuff go wrong, and they just at the last 3 years when they were in a situation we'd have something go right. Right now we just need to have this group of Bears just needs to have something go right. They're really good players. They know what they're doing. They just need to have a ball bounce their way, something happen, and flip the momentum.
Weeks won 4 out of the 5 face-offs in that first quarter. Anderson has a 12-10 edge in ground balls. But other than that, 6 shots on goal for the Trojans, 3 of them in, 4 for the Bears. As you see, none of them in. But big defensive possession here. It's Hawkins, who already has a goal tonight, picks his way around the net, surrounded by white jerseys, and flings it back out with 15. Calabrese, also a goal, shoots again, and has his second of the day. Had a bad angle at it, but snuck it past Johnson, and it's 4-0.
Yeah, Noah wants that one back. He came off his post just a hair, and he beat him short side, right on the post.
Take a look at the Spangler replay on that one. Double-digit goals for Calabrese now, and you said it, just snuck it right past him. All our replays presented by our friends at Spangler Restoration, and a 4-0 deficit now for the Bears, who this is starting to feel a little similar to Saturday, the way that things are going offensively right now for the Bears. Need a win in the face-off X here, and as Nate Ashley jumped into the X for the first time today, can't win it against Weeks, who lost it for a moment but got it back. It's hard to get any rhythm and momentum going when you're consistently losing the face-offs.
Yep. So basically what the Bears have to do is they have to value offensive possessions and get good shots when they get a chance. They got to play good defense, which I know our defense will, but we've really got to step it up on the offensive side in order to cash in on opportunities when we have them.
Anderson lost their first 2 games of the season, but have won 6 straight since, as that shot misses, but Logan Gaddis back there with it. He's got 12 goals on the season for the Trojans. Chrome gold helmets, black jerseys, gold pants. Both the Anderson,
great
as
job
the ball
by
is
Victor,
loose, Victor
great
Powell
double
again.
team by Victor Powell. He's just our double team defense this year has been absolutely phenomenal. That's one of their real strengths. They've done a great job with that. We got to go forward, not backwards, guys.
For the most part, the defense is Powell's got to get it across and
Good
does.
job.
The defense has been probably ahead of the offense so far this year for the Bears, which
100%.
They obviously lost a 1-goal game to UIndy here in the season opener and had to kind of make a furious comeback to make that close. Ran with Tampa for quite a long time in Savannah. That was the last time you and I were together.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a really good game for 3.5 quarters, and the Spartans pulled away at the end.
There was a 6-minute stretch in the beginning of the fourth quarter where the wheels kind of came off.
Yep.
And that's kind of what you get with a young team.
Yep, an experience
Shoot
of Tampa.
the ball, Will.
Kanata, top of the point, looking for the first goal and gets turned away by Heckel. 5th save for Joey, who's been perfect so far today. Transferred in from Florida Southern, so his old team got the big win over Lemoyne today, but his new team looking for the same here at LR, the 2 finalists in Division II last year. So Hayes Barnett brings it in to Henson.
What I saw there was when Will Kanata shot, it wasn't his shot that he had last year where he just was shooting with reckless abandon. It was almost what I would call he was almost aiming it or guiding it.
Which seems to kind of be the theme. That was what Coach Ned said before the game, is that just got to be ourselves. There's a behind-the-back shot
there. Good save by Johnson. Nice job by Johnson staying home on that one.
Noah grabs it up near his chin, and it's a big stop for the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
So Linklater brings it in to the offensive zone. Moffitt on the near side. Fake the pass. Feels like Miles has to take matters into his own hands here offensively.
I mean, but basically it's just shoot the bleeping ball. Don't aim it. Just let it go.
Evan Voss snags it as soon as he stepped onto the field. Swings it back over. Linklater.
That Voss playing up top here.
That's new. Normally he's down by the goal.
But he needs to get to a spot and shoot.
Tries to do that there. Spins back. Gives it off to Tommy Aguilar, who had 2 out of the 3 Bear goals on Saturday. .20 to shoot. Ball's in the corner with Joe Venazio. Grizzly vet. First year in Hickory from Coker, shoots way high of the net. Not close, but Bears will have to regroup now with 11 on the shot clock.
Got Aiden Mowry at the X. Just go, Aiden. Everybody's got their head turned. Go. Shoot it, Miles.
Moffitt
Great
does
job
and
by
scores.
Miles.
Off the assist from Mowry. They salvage that possession.
Actually, that was a very, very heads-up play by Aiden Mowry, the freshman. He saw the entire Anderson defense with their heads turned, not paying attention to their guy or him with the ball. He basically threw it to Miles Moffitt at about 5 yards. Miles is not going to miss that shot. That's the icebreaker for the Bears. Let's see if we can't get a few here.
Goes top shelf over the left shoulder of Joey Heckel for the first goal of the day and the 11th of the season for Miles Moffitt.
I'll tell you what I am very impressed with here is the new lights here at Moretz Stadium.
Yeah, first run with them in game
great
action.
Job by Ashley.
Ashley rips it clean from Weeks. Now the Bears, after the goal, looking to build some momentum. Ashley off the face-off win, misses wide. Venazio back there.
We'll take that.
Aiden Mowry, who set up the Moffitt goal.
Nate Ashley, short stick D midi, long stick D biddy, and now a face-off guy. Look at this.
Talk about versatile.
Who knew? I'm not sure he knew.
That's one area the Bears have struggled this year. Under 50% in the face-off X as a team. And obviously Anderson, one of the best in the country. Moffitt looks again.
Oh, that's off the post.
Off the post. Left post. Had a beat with Heckel near side, but
it's going to be a shot clock reset.
Clinks off the post and will stay with the Bears as it went out of bounds right near midfield.
Voss right now needs to dodge and beat a guy and score. That would give him a huge boost of confidence from dodging from up top. Shoot the ball or do
Voss
that.
Gives it off.
Nice save.
Liam McGrath gets turned away. But, again, Bears are making these opposing goalkeepers look like superstars. Heckel's been really good today outside the Moffitt shot. Aguilar, near side. Gets a step on his defender. Finds Venazio, who skips it
nice
right
job,
between the legs. And the Bears have 2 in a row, have cut the lead in half to 4-2.
That's exactly what the Bears needed. Just some confidence, ball movement, share the ball, and play Bears lacrosse. That's a great example of someone dodging, not necessarily dodging to shoot, but dodging to get a slide and then throwing the ball behind the slide.
Number 13 on the season for Joe Venazio. Had 105 career goals at Coker.
Couldn't be happier to have him as being a Bear right now.
Ashley won the last face-off.
That's
and
off of
Weeks
Black.
knocks
That's
it
off of
out,
Black.
and it will go back to the Bears. So a couple wins in a row in the face-off X for the Bears and Nate Ashley. That one wasn't a clean win, but still possession of the Bears.
It wasn't a loss.
That's right. That's all that matters.
So this is what Bears right now are trying to muck it up at the face-off X, putting a pole out there, and Ashley is doing a competent job.
Aguilar off the stick.
Yep, that was tipped.
Heckel, and it will be a reset for the Bears.
No, it was not a reset.
Well, it was over 60 on the shot clock, so it'll stay at 62.
Yep. And this, I like the trend I've seen in the last 2 possessions. Bears are going early in the shot clock. Shoot to Bryce.
Reese picks his way.
Another
one hopper
save.
gets knocked up in the air by Heckel, who's got racking up saves now. That's number 7 for him.
Good effort play by McGrath and Venazio to get that ball before the Anderson guys on the sideline.
Just under halfway through the second quarter. Bears have both of their goals in this game here in the second frame. Reese,
Nice
Venazio,
job.
Moffitt.
Oh, there we
Top
go.
shelf again.
That's Bear Lacrosse. Move the ball through X to Venazio. Venazio skips it through to Moffitt. The credit for that goal goes to Bryce Reese with an aggressive dodge down the left alley through a great pass to Venazio, who moved far side and was able to throw the ball, get everybody in the Anderson defense going on the carousel to Moffitt. Moffitt with a shot. Like the trend here. Good offense by the Bears.
Said that Moffitt needed to take matters into his own hands, and he's certainly done that here in the second quarter. 2 goals in the lead after Anderson jumped out to a 4-0 cushion. The Bears have scored the last 3. We're back to a 1-goal game. As the rain starts to let up a little bit. Funny how that happens. You start scoring some goals, and then the rain lets up for you. But Weeks off the win again. Gives it off. Ball gets tipped by the Bears.
That's a tip, but that's okay. You got Ashley playing with a pole. Kept Weeks from running that fast break. We got a timeout.
Timeout, Anderson. That's a smart one there for head coach Albert Mitchell. His Trojans have given up the last 3 goals in this one. 7:23 to go in the first half. We've got ourselves a good one brewing down the stretch here between the bricks. 4-3 Anderson on the Bears Sports Network.
Everything the light touches will be yours. You must remember who you are. The one true champion. We are LR.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are LR. We are LR.
Quick score update before we restart. In the second quarter, Wingate 6, Queens 5.
Wouldn't that be something? Lemoyne and Wingate go down on the same day.
That would be crazy, but stranger things have happened. Bears need to stop here.
Anderson needs a goal. The Bears have all the momentum right now. Anderson was up 4-0, and that shot not close off the stick of Hawkins, and it will stay with the Trojans as it's run down there in the corner by Zapfi. With 58 to shoot, the Trojans will reset it. Coming into this one looking to extend their 6-game winning streak, which is obviously the longest winning streak in the short history of their program.
Yep, Dylan Stape over there playing short stick defense. I still don't recognize him with white shoes.
Big shoe guy, aren't you?
Well, with Dylan Stape, he had the classic Johnny Unitas black shoes, yellow laces deal going on.
It's a good indicator.
Mm-hmm. He actually looked faster with black shoes.
Right, everyone does, right? That's why I always wore black shoes on the football field, to trick people into thinking I was fast.
There you go.
20 to shoot for Anderson. Top of the circle, Calabrese. Pair of goals today. Double teamed by Powell. The ball is loose.
Great job by Victor Powell.
That was a master class right there.
He is going to set some kind of a record on. Miles is telling him McCracken to go,
and he does, but runs out of real estate and will back it back out. Pass was low to Eccleston, who plucks it off the turf.
Pluck. That's kind of like a Dave Emmert hockey call, isn't it?
How do you pluck things in hockey?
You pluck it off the boards. You pluck it out of the air.
I guess. I guess more midair when you catch it and drop it. Evan Voss gets denied.
That's all
down
right.
low.
That's actually not a bad shot.
Good save by Heckel as Mowry tries to separate
job by
that
Mowry.
ball. He does.
Mowry's not going to get credit for that turnover, but that is 1,000% Aiden Mowry on the ride.
Anderson bench wanted a foul there on the Bears. Don't get it.
Well, as one of the lead officials in Charlotte told me when I was just starting officiating, ugly and hard is not necessarily a foul. That was a bit ugly, but it wasn't a foul.
It's a good piece of advice for all our ref friends out there.
Actually, more for the fans that don't understand that
Yeah.
it's either.
Well, that's the basketball fans, too. Everyone assumes that everything's a travel. Maury low off the stick of Heckel.
Move it again, move it off the ground.
Bears have the defense out of whack, and Eccleston misses White. Venazio on the second chance ties the game at 4.
That is great. Stick-to-itive. Started with Aiden Maury with a drive getting blown up. The ball just kept moving. And one of the things the Bears did on that mess, which is the only way you can really describe it, was every time they picked the ball up, they moved it. So you're taught rec ball, high school, even college, pick up a ground ball, move it, because everybody's running to that ground ball. Move it off the ground, good things are going to happen. That's exactly what the Bears did.
First 4 to Anderson, next 4 to Lenoir-Rhyne. We've got a new ball game here with just over 5 minutes to go in the first half. And another clean win for Cam Weeks.
Oh, great job by Nate Ashley.
Ashley from behind, and Johnson scoops it up after the ball got away from him for a second. The goal is open, but plenty of white jerseys around.
That's a great aggressive play by Noah Johnson to go get the ball and create a possession for his offense.
Bears have turned defense into offense here in the middle stages of this second quarter. Gotten some stops, gotten the ball moving offensively, and the results have taken care of themselves.
Tommy Aguilar needs to beat a guy and score a goal.
2 of them on Saturday for him. They moved Evan Voss. He's another big shoe indicator guy with the neon red. McGrath's shot whips wide, and it will stay with the Bears back behind the net. 43 on the shot clock for LR. Evan Voss back where he's more familiar behind the net, trying to find some space. Moffitt has 2 of the 4 today for the Bears, splits 2 defenders and scoots it just wide of the left post. That was pretty remarkable that he even got that shot off to begin with.
Again, you going with the Dave Emmert scoot call. Very, very well done.
I'm trying to diversify my lacrosse vocabulary.
There you go.
I've been around you enough that
exactly.
I've been able to pick up some things, right?
Run by him.
McGrath, left-handed, gets the space, gets the
That's
goal.
a great job. That is a phenomenal individual play by Liam McGrath, just taking the ball to the rack and scoring. Canadian had it in his left hand, crossed over, didn't switch hands, and backhanded into the goal for the first lead of the game for the Bears.
5 unanswered for Lenoir-Rhyne. Liam McGrath, junior from Nova Scotia, went to the vaunted Hill Academy in Canada. Gets number 2 of this 2022 season. Gives the Bears their first lead.
Let's see. In Halifax right now, it's about balmy 33 degrees.
Oh, wow. Above freezing in March in Nova Scotia.
Yep.
There really is global warming, I guess. So
pick the ball up, guys.
It's still loose. Colson Huff had a look at it over there, but Anderson ends up with it. Ground ball picked up by Garrett Hawkins, who's done a little bit of everything today for the Trojans, and now an opportunity for Rex Hardy. Hardy whips it, not close.
Yep.
Johnson didn't even have a chance to save it.
Well, that's a bit of a case of a wet stick with a little bit of extra whip, creating a little bit of extra whip. He yanked that shot 6 feet wide.
The rain stopped for a second, but now it's picked back up again. So still, even without the rain, it's going to be wet conditions down there for the remainder of this one.
This is a game where you really got to take care of your stick. When Eric was playing in the rain and he was up his team. Oop.
Another play made by Nate Ashley.
Straight fast break. Here we go. Move the ball early, boys.
It's actually McCracken. McCracken fakes the pass, ends up throwing it away. Intercepted that time by Peyton Jefferson, the Texas native.
Good job by Jefferson to stay home.
And here he comes, the long stick far side. And that shot is blocked right at the point.
Joey Masson saved the absolute day on that one. It was a terrible defensive approach by the LR defender on the initial shot, and Masson got a stick up and blocked it. That's a huge play, and that's one of those plays where someone made the ball bounce the right way for the Bears. So maybe we see a little bit of a turn fortunes here.
So Aguilar comes back on with Bryce Reese, who's got it. Between the numbers and the hash near side. Reigning All-American looks for his first of the day and just nearly gets it.
That's a much better dodge by Reese. Didn't dodge quite so much east-west on that one. A little bit more north-south. Got a better shot off because he was going towards the goal.
Bryce has it back now with 35 on the shot clock for the Bears. Moffitt around, Mowry as well. Venazio, Aguilar, and McGrath. Bryce shoots it right into the gut of Heckel, the keeper, as the ball is loose, but then picked up there by Anderson and Jefferson. But that was kind of the theme of Saturday. Even when they were on goal, it was pretty easy as
timeout with 1:18 left.
So we've got just under a minute 20 to go before halftime, and Anderson calls their second timeout of the half, and Albert Mitchell will try to get things going.
So one more weather report in Saskatoon. It's 36 in Saskatoon.
Goodness. Spring is in the air.
Exactly.
There. In Canada, we'll take one short break and come back for the last minute 18 of the first half here at Moretz Stadium.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Moretz Stadium is an iconic part of LR Athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Got a little Eminem playing here during the break. Little Michigan reference?
That's right. Little
Detroit.
The king of the Motor City, Mr. Marshall Mathers. 5-4 Bears. They've scored the last 5 of this game. Anderson was ahead 4-0. LR, all 5 goals here in the second quarter. They were held scoreless in the first, but have really found some rhythm on both ends of the field here.
Love to see a Bears get a good stop here and go run a little offense.
About a 15-second difference between shot and game clock. 65 on the shot clock for Anderson, and I guess 10 seconds. I can't really do math there. 75 seconds on the game clock.
You were a broadcast major.
That's right. Journalism, not a whole lot of math that goes into that.
Leave that to the guys who were in the math and science building.
The lowest grade I've gotten in my life was in statistics class too, so that adds up.
There you go.
So the Bears will try to get a stop here.
We were with a family after the Limestone game, having dinner with them. And I won't divulge names, but the mom took her 3 electives in college were Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3. She got A's in all 3. Dad got a D in motivational psychology.
Oh, boy. I know who the brains of that family is. There's a shot and
nice
a goal at the top shelf there for Hawkins, his second of the day. Looked like Johnson didn't see it until it was too late.
Yeah, that's a hard shot for a goalie. Great shot from the Anderson player. He shot it right at Johnson's head, and that is an incredibly difficult save because there's no perspective on the ball. It's going right over his head. The ball you can't tell which way it's going. It just gets bigger.
So Hawkins gets number 2 of the day, number 18 of the season.
27.9 on the shot. We just need to not lose the faceoff here.
Anderson, after giving up 5 unanswered goals, has finally answered, but the faceoff won cleanly there by Weeks.
Yeah, it was one, but it wasn't one. He had to win it back to himself and is now being harassed, so he didn't have a chance to run that fast break.
Weeks 9 out of 12 in the first half in the faceoff X, but all 3 times the Bears have won, they've scored. There's a shot not close off the stick of Tristan Schaefer, who's the second leading scorer on this team.
7.6 seconds left.
Bears have to just hold them out here for the last 7. Ball is loose, and it looks like they will do just that. As we have reached the midway points, this is going to be a war coming down the stretch. We've got a new game. 5-5 at the break, Anderson got the first 4, Bears got the next 5, and the Trojans got the last tally of the half to tie things up on this rainy Wednesday night under the lights between the bricks. Back in 15 for half number 2. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a good one coming up on the Bears Sports Network.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Everything the light touches will be yours. You must remember who you are. The one true champion. We are LR.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are LR. We are LR.
If you play hard, if you use your feet to chase fitness goals, if you stand all day at work, introducing True Energy Infrared Technology Socks. These may be the best socks you ever wear. Our yarn is infused with infrared nanoparticles. Your body's natural heat ignites these tiny particles, producing infrared energy that improves circulation and stimulates cellular recovery. It's not magic, it's rocket science. The perfect sock for your active life, for fitness, performance, recovery. Proven innovation to ignite your true energy.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Moret Stadium is an iconic part of LR athletics, hosting games, tailgating, marching band competitions, sports camps, and graduation ceremonies. The stadium serves as a valued focal point for the greater Hickory area. The time has come to renovate the stadium to allow LR to continue to offer our student athletes, fans, and the community an exceptional experience.
Hey Bears fans, Dave here with Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac, your local hometown dealer since 1967. Come see us in Hickory or Morganton to check out all of GM's hottest new products, the area's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, and service you can depend on. Visit us online at everettchevy.com. Good luck to the Bears this season, and remember, if you didn't get an Everett deal, you didn't get a deal at all. Go Bears!
Emergencies don't wait. Get to the hospital. Accidents happen. Get well soon. When it hurts to move forward, tackle your pain. Don't make your health wait. See your doctor. Your health means everything.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
Excellence, integrity, care, curiosity. These are the values that define who we are. A community of thinkers, competitors, and achievers passionately pursuing the path of a purpose-driven life. Because at Lenoir-Rhyne University, we are called to greatness. We are LR.
This once-in-a-generation project will give student athletes an advantage and position Lenoir-Rhyne as a leader in academics and athletics.
Couple of minutes before we roll in the second half here between the bricks at Moretz Stadium. Anderson 5, Lenoir-Rhyne 5, as we take a look at our halftime stats presented by our friends at East Coast Wings and Grill. And Jamie, as you'd expect in a 5-5 game, pretty even, but the Bears 13 more shots than the Trojans, and finally were able to find the net 5 times in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think that one of the big stats that I'm looking at here is the ground ball stat. It's 19-19 on ground balls. Anderson's won 9 of 12 faceoffs, and you would expect their ground balls to be commensurably higher, having won that many faceoffs. But the fact the Bears are 19-19 ground balls is a great sign. And also the turnovers and caused turnovers ratio, LR is not turning the ball over near as much and creating many more caused turnovers. So things are looking pretty good for the Bears here as we go into basically a 30-minute lacrosse game here.
Yeah, it was 3-0 Anderson after the first quarter. The Trojans got the first goal the second quarter. Felt like they had a ton of momentum, but then the Bears took that momentum right back for themselves, scored 5 straight. Trojans got the last one of the half before we had the break, and it's 5-5.
My favorite Yogi Berra-ism is momentum is a fickle mistress, and momentum switched sides from the black side of the black team in black and gold to the team in white about midway through the second quarter. We're going to see which way she which way she goes here in the second half.
Must-win game for the Bears.
Yep, must win for Anderson, too. I mean, it would be a big program win to beat the Bears. I got a good feeling about this, and I like the way things kind of went in the second quarter for the Bears, even though they gave up that late goal. Things went quite well.
And Wingate in a battle with Queens right now.
Yeah, it's. Let me just press my quick update and see if we can get an update. It is second quarter, must be right at the half. It's Queens 9, Wingate 8 at Wingate. So that is a huge game for the Royals and a huge game for the SAC.
Obviously, the Bears, just with the one league loss so far to Limestone on Saturday, don't want to pick up another.
Come on, create a ground ball.
Speaking
Let's pick
of pickups, Colton McCracken picks up the first ground ball of the second half, and the Bears are off and running.
Well done, Nate Ashley, to just create a loose ball. Aiden Mowry there playing attack.
And McCracken shoots and scores! Colton snipes one from way out, top shelf, and just like that, the Bears have taken a 6-5 lead.
And Nate Ashley jogs back to the faceoff dot like, let's do this again. I like the confidence of the sophomore.
McCracken gets goal number 1 here in 2022. Another assist for Aiden Mowry, who set up both of the Moffitt goals in the first half. The freshman making a big impact, and Colton, who's made a big impact in lots of games so far in his LR career, makes another one here. Clean win off the face-off there for Weeks.
And that's okay if he goes back, because he's not getting he's not creating an odd man rush face-off. Now the defense just needs to do what LR defense does and play hard.
Had a really good second quarter. Gave up a goal right at the beginning of the quarter and right at the end of the quarter, but in those 13, 14 minutes between were as solid as they've been the whole season.
Yep, we need to keep that momentum going on the defensive end. Great switch. Berger, being a coach's son, is a very heady player. Got a lot of lacrosse IQ.
Another one of those old Coker transfers. He and Venazio both joined the Bear program as grad transfers this season, and what a welcome sight that was for Coach P.
Yep, Venazio will be here for 2, Brugger just for 1. Venazio had a medical red shirt while he was at Coker, plus his COVID year.
There's a shot from the outside for Gilbert, Garrett Hawkins, who has 2 goals already today but missed wide. Anderson there will reset with 21 on the shot clock. This is Zopfi, who scored a goal in the first half. Gives it off to Henson, who's been very quiet. The leading scorer in the SAC had 34 goals coming in just 8 games, but has not done anything today.
Yep, that's a function of him playing against Victor Powell.
That's right. He's not the first victim of Mr. Powell. Johnson beaten
that's a
low.
Killer with 1 second on the shot clock.
Right at the end, Hawkins gets the hat trick, number 3 today for him. And Anderson has tied things back up at 6. So Hawkins came in with 16 goals, 3rd leading scorer on the team, and ties things up at 6 here. Has half the goals today for Anderson. Calabrese with 2, Weeks with 1, and Hawkins with 3. Has 9 shots, 5 of them on goal. And a face-off violation there on Ashley will give another chance to Anderson.
Probably didn't have his stick lined up parallel to the line. Saw referee Brian Holland looking down the line, and then he called the violation. So I can guess what he did is you have to be parallel to but not touching the line. I can guess that with that long pole it was sticking back a little bit off the line.
So Anderson looking to take the lead back. You're up 4-0 in this one. Saw that lead evaporate in that second quarter. You can see how wet these guys' sticks are. Whenever they catch it, you can see the water spray off of the netting in these sticks as the rain has decreased just to a miss now. As an interception.
Great job. Colton McCracken
looking
on
for
his
the
horse.
pick 6
throw
here.
It early.
Colton's got 1 goal in the second half, tries to go low and gets turned away by Heckel.
Got blown up.
And there's a flag. This will be the first man-up opportunity today for the Bears, but McCracken looking like Eric Jackson running down the numbers here in Red Stadium.
McCracken needs to throw. That was just a straight-up shot from about 10 yards, straight on the goalie with no screen or anything. Most college goalies are going to save that. McCracken needs to throw a head fake or a stick fake or do something to get him to move and then shoot it somewhere else. Probably just maybe drop his shoulder, get him to move, and then throw it in the top half of the net. Not a bad play, but needs to do more than just square up and shoot it.
So you said Mowry got blown up, so it's a 1-minute
cross-check penalty.
Cross-check on, looks like Henson is the one that's the guilty party. Actually,
it's the goalie.
It was the keeper.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Joey Heckel. So Logan Trafton, the sophomore from Wilmington, went to Hoggard High School in Wilmington.
This is a huge deal for the Bears. This is a huge deal for the Bears. They need to get a quality shot on a cold goalie.
Bears this season, 12 goals man up. Top 10 in the nation in scoring percentage and man-up opportunities. They started off poorly in that category, but have really improved over these past couple weeks. Haven't heard much from Torrin Eccleston today. He's yet to score a point, either a goal or an assist. He's 4 away from 100 career. Here he is looking for number 1 today. Instead,
great job by the Bears.
His teammate Hatcher down there with the man-up goal, and LR is back in front 7-6.
Good, patient, man-up offense. That's a great job making the pass, getting a skip, moving it, skipping it through, moving it the opposite way, and then moving it back with another skip. That's a huge improvement over the last 2 or 3 games on man up with skipping the ball through. I'm sure that's what they worked on in practice. A lot better offense for the Bears.
So Hatcher gets his second. Also, the Wilmington native went to New Hanover High School, so
little Wilmington on Wilmington violence there.
Yeah, Wilmington on Wilmington crime. New Hanover on Hoggard. And going backwards on the win that time is Weeks, which you say is better than the other way around.
Yep. Because now
Ashley causes a turnover. Can he pick up the ground ball? He cannot. It's still loose.
Yeah, but that's okay. He made it. That's a
Mowry, can he grab it? He keeps it in.
Come on, guys.
And now Anderson scoops it up finally. Caleb West with the ground ball pickup there. And we have a
failure to advance. Yep.
Ooh.
What happened there was Weeks won it back, which started the 80-second clock. It went into the offensive zone. Ashley stripped him and never possessed the ball, and the 60-second clock expired with Anderson, with LR not possessing the ball on the offensive end. So that's a great call by Brian Holland, and absolutely the correct call to call failure to advance.
So the Bears take the lead, get it back eventually after the ball was like a bar of soap here on the near side. Nobody could pick it up. Venazio tried to find Mowry cutting. Voss tries to save it and cannot.
Almost does.
As it's picked up by Keaton Matthews.
Come on, boys, ride.
That was a good effort there from Evan Voss to try to keep it in, but nothing really more he can do there. And now Anderson into their offensive zone. Caleb West. Maybe the smallest guy in the field, 5'8", 150-pounder.
He might be
maybe a little bit bigger than Aiden Mowry.
But I think Aiden Mowry's got a little bit of weight on him.
Aiden listed at 155, so if that is an accurate number.
Stats lie, though.
They sure do.
Eric was 6 foot 185 his entire college career. He was 3 or 4 inches taller, but great trail check.
Side-winding shot there from Hawkins, who already has a hat trick today, but missed. And Anderson will reset with 30 on the shot clock. Bears got 2 goals so far here in the third. One from Kyle Hatcher and another from Colton McCracken to take a 1-goal lead. Anderson got their lone goal the second half with 1 on the shot clock, and they're going late again here. That was a good pass from behind the net there by Gaddis, but his teammate couldn't catch it clean, and now under 10 on the shot clock for the Trojans. Have to hurry. In the middle, Henson can't grab it, but it's a reset.
Yep.
Looked like quick shot on goal there. And it will stay with the Trojans off of Brugger.
Off of Brugger. Good ride by the Trojans. Actually, that's actually fortunate that Brugger didn't pick it up because that would have led to an 80-second reset. Instead, we just get a 60-second reset.
Under 10 to go, third quarter. Got a good one here between the Bricks. The up-and-coming Anderson Trojans against one of the established powers here in the South Atlantic Conference in Lenoir-Rhyne. Run down in the corner there by the Trojans, who will keep it with 44. Nice play by Calabrese, who's got a pair of goals today. Another look from the point is missed left by Zapfi. As it creeps under 30 on the shot clock. Good catch by Henson to preserve that possession for the Trojans. Hasn't done much offensively, but made a good play there. Calabrese guarded tightly by Dylan Stape. Powell on Henson, as he has been all game long. Henson gets a step, tries to get on goal, skips it short, and a good stop there defensively for the Bears as Christian Starkey picks it up. Now McCracken got his first goal of the day here in the early stages of the third quarter. And Miles Moffitt, who got the first two, really kind of calmed things down in this game for the Bears. Just such a calming presence, so much experience, and so much skill for him.
Yep, love to see Bryce Reese get one here. Needs a little bit of boost of confidence.
Benazio tiptoes the 5-yard line. The range just misting now, but I doubt that these players are even noticing it at this point.
I'll tell you what, the new lights here at Moret Stadium are just phenomenal.
Really spectacular. Can't wait for Week 1 football, where these will be on display. In the brand new stadium that's currently being built. 20 to go on the shot clock for the Bears.
Finazio's got a shorty behind. Let's see what he can do with it.
Faked right, ended up going right. Looking for somebody in the middle. Gets it to Mowry, who misses high. Good look there for Aiden Mowry.
11 seconds to go. Just going to go fast.
See 11 on the shot clock back there behind the end zone. Ball's loose in front of the goal. And a stop on defense there for Anderson as the ground ball is picked up by Trey Davis. So both defenses with back-to-back stops. Now Anderson will look to tie things up. Pass was too wide as Schaefer tried to catch it before he really got going.
Same
or
thing
tried to get going before he really caught it, I should say.
That's the same thing in lacrosse and football.
Yep.
He's offside. You got to look. Sir, you got to call that. That was offsides. He was on the line.
On the Bears?
No, on black. We had black shoes on the line.
McGrath bothered there. Gives it off to Moffitt. And Benazio. Bryce Reese knocked to the ground there by West, but he gets back up and then gets a step. Tries to find, what a goal! Down low. It's Liam McGrath, but I don't know if it's going to stand as the officials will get together, but either way, what a find for Bryce Reese, and they wave it off. No goal.
He must have landed in the ice cream cone in the mouth of the goal mouth. Probably the right call by Brian Holland, standing right on the crease. Perfect positioning. Unfortunate for the Bears, but
what a look by Bryce Reese.
Yep. Just need to keep doing that. That was well done.
Reminding you why he is an All-American, but now sprinting into the offensive zone is Chase Robertson. The long stick.
Great job by Stark.
What a job.
Who's that, 31?
That's Liam Farrell.
Yep.
He just separated that ball from the Anderson player. And now McGrath finds Moffitt, cranks it, and it's stopped as Heckel knocks it to the corner. Mowry and Anderson and the Anderson player Tyler Barlin got tied up there, and the ball is given to Anderson. But then missed by Anderson, and a turnover here. Moffitt with numbers, has Mowry to his right, gives it off to Venazio.
Good decision
Anderson
by Venazio.
Gets back. That was well done by the Trojans to recover.
3 on 5.
McCracken now scores his second goal of the half. Sneaks it past the ear of Heckel. And the Bears, for the first time today, have opened up a 2-goal lead.
And that's an effort goal off a ride. And Coach P has given one of the officials an absolute earful over there about something. I'm not sure exactly what.
Either way, it's goal number 2 of the day for McCracken. Both of them here in the second half.
Yes, Abuela, release the McCracken. That's exactly what's going on.
I feel like that's just been played out at this point.
No, that's like the best name in college lacrosse.
Oh, of course it is. I just feel like using that saying, everyone knows it at this point.
Yep.
But either way, it's 8-6 Bears. We're over halfway through this third quarter. Things were not looking good early for Lenoir-Rhyne, but they've really found their footing here on home field. Zopfi cut off there on the far side by Mitch Linklater, the native of Saskatchewan.
Saskatoon,
Saskatchewan.
There you go.
There we go. In the middle, Anderson tried to force one in, and Victor Powell was right there, and Linklater off the big hop gets it. Up ahead, this is James Bruger, full head of steam. Gives it off to Moffitt, who can't catch it clean. Wasn't a good pass as the ball gets kicked out near midfield. And we have an
offside call on Anderson. It's going to be a shot clock reset. No, it's not going to be a reset. It's just going to be LR ball with 71 seconds. No, it is a shot clock reset.
They do reset it.
Will Canada with the ball.
Canada, Eccleston, Voss, Moffitt, Venazio, Mowry. The Bears on this attacking half. So we're just over 4 minutes to go in the third. So it was a tie game at halftime. Canada gets bumped off, gives it off to Venazio, slings it for Eccleston, who slings it right into the back of the nets. Scorin' Torin gets his first of the day, and it's opened up to a 3-goal lead.
It's a good job by Bears again, skipping it through. And also what happens there when you skip it through, all the defense turns and rushes to the ball. Eccleston drops the stick low, goes low to low. I don't think shooting through a bunch of wickets. I don't think anybody saw that.
Venazio, the assist, number 17 on the season for Torin Eccleston, which leads the Bears. He led the Bears last year in goals. So a little bit more. Has to be the guy. Obviously, he ended up with the most goals last year, but was the beneficiary of playing with Eric Dickerson.
Mm-hmm. That's not that. No, that's a complete dive.
Weeks fooled the officials. But either way, it's Anderson ball. Trojans desperately need a goal here.
What a heads-up play by Weeks, felt pressure on his back, goes to the ground, wins possession for his team.
You don't win that many face-offs without being savvy. And he certainly showed that in that case.
Under 60 in the shot clock.
Bears have outscored Anderson 4-1 here in the third quarter. Top of the point, Hayes Barnett tried to get a step and could not. And there's a whipped shot there by Tristan Schaefer, the second leading scorer on this team that missed wide. The two leading scorers for Anderson, Schaefer and Henson, nothing today.
Yeah, and that's a function of who's mashing up on defense.
Younger Calabrese, Max, his older brother Nick, has 2 goals today. Both from Auburn, Georgia. Both went to Mill Creek High School.
Great double team. Great job by Bruger on the double team. Oh, and that's going to be thrown away. That's going to be Bears ball. Great defensive stand. Ashley hustles off. Eccleston steps on the ball on the field with the ball, and it's going to go. Let's see what we got.
2 points today and 2 away from 100 career points for Torin. McCracken, already a goal here 2 goals in the second half, gives it off. Mowry sideswipes it and missed the right post, just a touch wide, but still 65 on the shot clock, and the Bears will reset it with Venazio. Eccleston again, wide again.
It's okay. Shoot the ball.
It was the 42nd shot of the game for the Bears.
What you're getting here is you're getting fast restarts off what you're getting is fast restarts off from the Bears that's catching the Anderson team, which is, again, is a young, inexperienced team, a little bit unawares. We scored a couple goals that way.
Kanata gets another right off the restart. Will's first of the day gets past Heckel right post, and it's double digits for the Bears, who have outscored Anderson 5-1 here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I did a little bit of stats here when last week when I was looking at stuff. I looked back since Eric started in 2017. When the Bears score 12 goals, guess what their winning percentage is?
Really good, over 90%.
96%.
Yeah.
When they score 11 goals, what's their winning percentage?
80-some%.
32%.
Oh.
Get to 12, boys.
Goodness. Wow. That's a good find by you. But it was a win off the face-off for Weeks, but Ashley challenged him. The ball is loose, and Mowry picks it up.
Nate Ashley is just doing an absolutely phenomenal job tonight. He's not winning, quote, face-offs, but he's keeping Weeks from winning them clean.
And a couple of times it's turned into possessions for the Bears, including this one.
Yep. Huge kudos to him.
And doing something that he hasn't done all year long.
I'm not sure he's ever done this.
There's a shot right on the field. Colson Huff, freshman from Holly Springs.
We need to not shoot 5-hole on this goalie. He's made about 3 or 4 really good saves 5-hole. We need to shoot for corners.
Bears have found success shooting for corners. Speaking of shooting for corners, Anderson gets a much-needed goal there from Peyton Jefferson. Went low and left on Noah Johnson to cut this back to a field goal game. It's 10-7.
Yeah, that's a hard shot for a goalie because when the guy with the 6-foot pole is shooting it, he has no idea where it's going, and there's really nothing you can read. It's the old Jerry Cheevers, I just hope it hits me.
Jefferson gets his second of the season. Transferred in from Hofstra, native of Allen, Texas, so played in one of the most spectacular high school stadiums in the United States. Allen.
Is it that one that seats like 40,000 people or something ridiculous?
It's 12,000, but it's just nicer than most colleges. And there's a clean win for Cam Weeks.
Great trail check.
And
so now we got to pick the ground ball up.
Liam Farrell with the trail check there. Ground ball still loose. Weeks sandwiched between 3 white jerseys, and Farrell ends up with it.
Move it. Oh, what a snag.
Colson Huff. What a great snag. And now Victor Powell with a step. Long stick for Powell. Gives it off to his buddy Moffitt. Behind the head. Venazio gets in tight and buries it.
Little bit of a circus play there by Miles Moffitt, but hey, whatever works.
Miles in his bag there to find Venazio in the answer goal.
The credit on that goal goes to Liam Farrell all the way back at the faceoff, not giving up on the play with a great trail check. We're 50, is that 51.7 seconds left, or is it 5 minutes and 17 seconds?
It's 51.7.
I can't quite read it from here.
Yeah, we're under a tent looking through cages to call this game today, but Venazio gets his second of the day, number 15 on the season. Miles Moffitt the assist. He's got 2 goals and an assist, so 3 points today. In his return, the Bears have taken control here as Anderson sent out a different face-off guy in Peyton Jefferson, who just scored the goal there. And after the scrum, the Bears end up with it. And Dylan Stape, the short stick, gives it off to Mowry, and we have a whistle.
Good timeout by Coach
P. And a timeout for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Quick score update from Wingate, 10-10, third quarter. And we've got Highway to the Danger Zone playing here. That's all kinds of excitement.
We're making it work here in this makeshift stadium construction year. 11-7 Bears looking to add another before the end of the third quarter when you come back between the bricks on the Bears Sports Network.
I'm Rob with Center Street Eats. We're located at 2250 North Center Street in Viewmont. We offer fast dine-in, carry-out service. Usually your prepared meals at lunch from 11 to 3 are ready within 5 minutes. Center Street Eats also offers prepared meals and snacks, protein bars, smoothies, and so much more. We can accommodate most allergy restrictions and can adjust our weekly menu to comply with the most current trending diets like keto and paleo. Street Eats has helped fuel the sports programs at Lenoir-Rhyne for over 10 years now. We work with every program on campus, and we look forward to working with them again.
.5 to go before the end of the third. 11-7 Bears. They've outscored Anderson 6-2 here in the third quarter. Already scored more goals in this third quarter than they did all of the first half.
Yeah, there's a big deal. I don't know if the Anderson coach was just protecting Weeks or what, but to run a pole out there on a faceoff when you have the number one faceoff guy in D2, something's going on here.
Weeks has been great today. I mean, he's 16 for 21 in the faceoff X. Where do you think the Bears go here in their last possession? 30 and change to go before the end of the third.
I would start right here with Kanata. That's not a bad choice. He's got a shorty, and he's going to dodge downhill, probably with about 20 seconds left.
Got to get the ball in the middle where the Bears have had a lot of success. Venazio and Moffitt, Voss out there as well, along with Torrin Eccleston and Aiden Mowry, the freshman, who they just think has a unlimited upside. Moffitt behind the head again, and it's turned away as Mowry tried to get it in. And now Anderson will throw it deep, and that is the end of the third quarter. A successful one for the Bears. They outscore Anderson 6-2 and take a 4-goal lead into the fourth quarter. Given the way this game started, Jamie, the Bears have got to be thrilled with that.
100%. That's a win. That's in a game like this when you're down in the first quarter. What I always told my teams when I was coaching, it's like, let's just win the next quarter. And then win the third quarter, and then win the fourth quarter. And if we can start winning quarters, I like our chances at the end of the game. So Bears won the second quarter. They won the third quarter. Team that wins the fourth quarter is going to end up winning the game.
We'll see who does win the fourth quarter and the game when you come back to Moret Stadium on the Bears Sports Network, presented by MBA Roofing.
Everything the light touches will be yours. You must remember who you are. The one true champion. We are LR.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are LR. We are LR.
Fourth quarter has arrived. 11-7 Lenoir-Rhyne after a 6-goal third quarter. Nate Ashley and Cam Weeks back in the face-off X to start. Eric Bach, Jamie Dickinson, delighted you're spending part of your Wednesday night with us. Between the bricks and Nate Ashley, a clean win for a second.
We got to pick a ground ball up here, though.
Still loose. Ashley trying to chop at the Anderson player, knocking him off his spot. But
we need to just pick the ball up. That's unfortunate. That's too bad. Nate absolutely cleanly won that, and we need to now play defense.
Rex Hardy, well done there. He got bumped by Ashley, but had a good stick-to-itiveness there.
I think of Ashley on that last one. If he just bumped him once and gone pick out the ball, he probably would have been able to collect the ground ball. Now we need to stop the Dodger.
And a blocked shot by McCracken, who goes down to all fours and lets Garrett Hawkins know about it.
No, that kid won't duck. He's pretty tough.
Yeah, probably the toughest there is.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get Schaefer and Henson going if you're Anderson.
Yep, that's another case of going before you got the ball. What he did there, the basic error he did there is he continued to run the circle of the crease instead of coming straight at the ball on the pass.
McCracken, the little hand play there as he, and Gaddis were linked up, but a good catch by Bryce Reese to bring it into the Bear zone. Had Mowry cutting, just shoots it himself off the rebound. Mowry picks it up off the save by Heckel.
Mowry. Aiden Mowry is 100% effort.
He's got to be his best game today as a Bear.
Yeah, he is. He will give you 100% of. He will give you everything he has when he's between the lines, and he wins ground ball scraps and fights for ground balls and knocks people over. And he's one of just the real shining spots for the Bears this year so far.
All-state wrestler in New York, so him winning those ground balls is...
Miles needs to not expose his stick.
Did expose it there, and the shot never made it to the net. Scrum forward in front of the net, still loose. And it's up in the air, and Anderson ends up grabbing it.
Aiden Mowry with a check. Get out of bounds. There you go.
And it'll
Way
go
to go,
back
Aiden
to the
Mowry.
Bears, but... Mowry looked like a freshman the first couple games, but not today.
Anymore.
Goodness gracious. Reese off the
Rings
post.
it off the post.
That's why we don't have fans sitting in the end zone down there, because that could have taken somebody out as it went hard off the bricks off the post. And now the reset.
Why is there's a ball on the field. That's unfortunate for the Bears. Yep, and we got a shot clock reset.
So now still a 4-goal lead for the Bears.
Get there.
Reese gets
Great
in.
Job by Bryce Reese.
Just never stopped going. They thought he was going to, and he never did, and Bryce Reese has his first of the day.
That's a great change for Bryce. Bryce usually rolls back to the middle. Instead, he kept going. Even though he cut down his angle, he dropped his head, causing the goalie to sink a little bit and went top shelf far corner.
Number 5 for Bryce, and there's your magic number, Jamie. Goal number 12.
Well, let's not stop at 12, okay?
Just saying, we've reached your threshold.
That's the threshold, right? See, Nate can win one here again, like he did last time.
He and Weeks have been battling
that
in the
Weeks
X
went
all
early,
day, and
that's a bad
Ashley
call.
out.
That's a bad call.
Well, Anderson ends up with it.
Coach P is going to send that one to the league because that was Weeks clearly went first.
Yeah,
and they gave it to Black.
Still a 5-goal cushion for the Bears.
Even Weeks knew he went first. Get there.
Can't see his facial expression, but I'd assume that he was grinning. But it ends up a stop for the Bears.
His body language said that he went first.
Yeah, he got away with one there, but it didn't matter. The Bears got a stop. And now bringing it into the offensive zone is Dylan Stape, the senior from Penn Yan, New York.
2 Penn Yan players on the team.
Eccleston comes off the bench, doesn't break stride
Good
off
decision.
the pass from Kanata, cranks it, and it hit a body in front of the net and will stay with the Bears as Venazio hustles it down.
Aiden Mowry and Dylan Stape, both from Penn Yan.
Penn Yan Academy. Voss spins, gets a step. Still looking for his first goal of the day. Venazio's shot never got
through.
there. And
it's not going to go
Anderson
out of bounds.
Picks up the ground ball. Back in the end zone, and ended up with it as Tyler Barlin. Trojans got to go now. 5-goal deficit.
Good. Hey, there's a play by an offensive freshman, Evan Voss, getting in the way to stop a fast break. That's a heady play by a freshman and a great sign. Now he's going to go over the Anderson player's just gone over to the stand on the side. They're going to play 5-on-5 over here, and that's fine. Great play by Voss.
Hawkins at the top of the point. Matt Morganroth, also one of the many freshmen on this team, makes a bad pass and turns it over.
That's a phenomenal double team by Brugger to help out Will Kanata. As I said earlier in the game, our double team defense has been absolutely phenomenal this year.
Defense in general has been pretty darn good.
Will, that's an attackman. Just run by him.
As Kanata does just that. Now Bryce Reese got his first of the day. I would imagine that Anderson's not going to make the mistake of just letting him go clean to the net again.
Nope.
So he got it inside this near left post.
One thing you got to do if you're having a little bit of a struggle, don't keep going back to your patented move. You got to do something different. Let's see what Bryce does here.
And now they send an extra defender to him. Skips a pass in. What a pickup there by McGrath, who ends up on his back. Lost his helmet. And a tip there, but Anderson picks up the ground ball onto the stick of Barlin. Good crowd here. Bears have this season 4 of the top 9 attended games in Division II lacrosse here between the bricks, even with the construction of Moretz Stadium. And I would imagine heading for another big number tonight.
Yep. It's good. It's going to continue to grow. We got some great games coming up later in the year.
Weather improving as it has throughout the night tonight.
Lorraine, I think, kept a few of the students away, but hopefully we got a game on a Wednesday night against Newberry that hopefully we get great attendance at. Great solve.
Good save by Johnson. Turns away Calabrese as it goes to the corner, and it will stay with the Trojans as Powell can't quite get there in time. Henson beat him. But what a statement it would be for Victor Powell and this defense to leave the leading scorer in the sack, Bo Henson, off the scoreboard today. Hasn't scored in 9 minutes even to go in this one. Here he is with it far side, and the pass gets through. Did it get tipped?
Yep,
and
calling
it did.
Yep, that's the right call.
It looked like Christian Starkey got his stick on it, and he
one of our
said,
polls got a stick on it.
Starkey put his hand up and said it was off of me.
That's okay. That's a good defensive play. We'll take that.
Schaefer.
Good job.
Another big goal scorer that's held off, but there is a turnaround goal for Zopfi. First of the day for him. And it's back to a 4-goal game, 12-8. Riley, the senior from St. Michael, Minnesota. Another young Harris transfer after that program folded.
They're back playing this year with a reduced roster. They're going to rebuild the program. We'll see what happens. That was just a whole very weird deal. They actually shut their program down before COVID shut the season down in 2020.
Such a small school, Young Harris is. LR is almost double the size enrollment-wise of Young Harris, and under 2,000. There's a scrum
great
win.
Job by Nate Ashley.
And looking to shoot it with Stape, but he gives it off.
He was looking to pass, but making his body look like he was going to shoot. So that was not a bad play by D. Mitty.
He comes off now, and along with Ashley, Voss comes back on. So Moffitt, Venazio, Maury, Kanata, and Torrin Eccleston, who sneaks on. And Torrin with it here at the 30. Kanata with space. Will gets a shot off, and it's saved low.
Can't shoot 5-hole on this goalie.
By Heckel. Heckel has protected the 5-hole perfectly tonight. Now he's got 16 saves in this game. Cranked at the top.
Good
Johnson snags
Johnson.
it. That was going high of the goal, but Noah
that's okay.
decided to grab it and start a break for the Bears. One hopped in Eccleston. It was behind him off the stick of McCracken, and an unforced turnover there.
McCracken tried to throw that ball once. He should have thrown it to Eccleston the first time.
Just over 7.5 to go. 4-goal lead for the Bears in a must-win situation. Obviously, the Bears still have the conference tournament left, but can't afford too many more regular season losses if they want a realistic shot at the tournament.
Great
Liam
job.
Farrell off the takeaway there from Bruger gives it off to Powell. But Bruger made that play defensively, and Farrell, right place, right time, brings it in to the offensive zone.
He's not off sides. He's out of bounds.
Well, L.R. Anderson fans, there's equal opportunity ignorance here in the stands.
That was very politically put. Well done.
That's why they pay me the big bucks here, to keep everything political and cordial, right? Liam McGrath had a really nice day today. Throws it high for Bryce Reese, who gets a step. Bryce left-handed, way wide, but McGrath down there just never really got a great handle on that one. Haven't heard much from Tommy Aguilar today after a 2-goal game Saturday. Reese again gets it swiped from him by Matthews. Really nice play there. Ball's up in the air and grabbed by Eccleston near side.
I'm not sure why we got an 80-second reset. They're going to stop the game here.
And they're going to stop the game.
They're going to fix that.
Good thing we've got these Anderson fans here to keep an eye on us.
Mm-hmm.
So the officials getting together with 6:04 to go. So they'll get together and put, not exactly sure. Are they going to keep it at 72?
No,
they're waiting for it to be reset.
There we go.
And now it's reset to 12. And Bryce Reese will have that many seconds to get a shot on goal. McGrath! Finally a 5-hole through. Doesn't matter how much time is left on the shot clock. The Bears get lucky number 13 through.
That's a big goal. Late in the shot clock, late in the game goals are backbreakers. To increase the lead to 5, is that correct? Yep, increase the lead to 5. And
take a look at the Spangler replay. They finally beat Heckle low. He's been so good on those shots today, but finally sneak one past him. 2 today for Liam McGrath, 3 on the season, and Bryce Reese picks up another point with the assist.
Great job.
Ball is loose. Ashley trying to win it, and he does. Another face-off win against the best face-off man in the country in weeks.
If you're naming a player of the game,
100%.
It is Nate Ashley, 1,000%.
Yeah, really not much doubt about it. Seven different Bears have scored in this game. 3 different guys with 2. So it's been a really balanced offensive effort
but
for
it
LR.
all goes back to the face-off, Don, and the fact that Nate Ashley is keeping it competitive, probably about 50%. But when
he's been in there,
when Weeks comes in at 80+%, losing, that's a big deal.
Muffins, what a feed from Eccleston. Those 2 guys have been doing that together for a long time. And Torrin finds Miles Moffitt for the hat trick today.
That's a really, really good play, but it goes back to the fact that Nate Ashley won a face-off.
Yep.
We got about 5 shot clocks left.
So Nate will try to continue his success, and ball is loose. And another win for the Bears.
Colton McCracken's going to take the ball, either shoot or throw it early or go a run over in the corner and save a possession.
That's what he will do, and seems to be the wise move with under 5 minutes to go and a 6-goal lead for LR. But now they'll look to score again. Moffitt got it separated
from him. How's that not interference
on
the backside?
Anderson will start a break. Trojans just haven't been able to find much offense, but they get some there here in the second half from Zopfi. His second goal of this second half, but started by that defensive play, and that was basically a fast break layup there in the spirit of March Madness for the Trojans.
Who's your team in March Madness?
My Spartans, man. I'm going down to Greenville this weekend.
You going to go watch Sparty?
Well, hopefully they win Friday so I can watch them end Coach K's career on Sunday.
Well, there you go. I'm sure there's a few people who are listening to the broadcast that did not appreciate that.
That's
and then there's a whole bunch in a different color blue that live in North Carolina that probably appreciate that.
That's right. Terribly underseeded were the Tar Heels, by the way.
There you go.
Deserved much higher than an 8, I think. 14-9 LR and a clean win there.
By the way, have they great over-the-head check there by Liam Farrell.
But the Bears can't get the ball. They had the opportunity there. and a timeout for Anderson. What's the question? Have they what?
Have they drug tested Sparty the mascot? There seems to be a little.
Well, I think the mascots are exempt from the.
Are they
from the steroid rules? Sparty's all natural anyway.
He really?
He's been lifting weights since the beginning of time.
There you go.
So, 5-goal lead for the Bears. 4:17 to go.
But we digress.
On the Bears Sports Network. I'm sure you'll be glad to spend the last 4:17 with us.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Can't believe you're accusing my man Sparty of being unnatural.
Hey, it is what it is.
Izzo in March, man. January, February, Izzo.
Yep.
Coach K, well, assuming the Spartans can get past Davidson, which is
That
certainly not a given. Good God. Spartans are trying to send Mr. K home packing. That would be nice. Anderson trying to stay in this one, but it's Noah Johnson turns away. Zopfi's got a couple of goals here in the second half. That would have been a big one there to keep this momentum going, but now Christian Starkey saunters on in to the offensive zone.
Good job by Starkey to get below the 30-yard line to give the Bears a chance to call timeout if Coach P needs it. He's got two sitting in his back pocket, probably use one here shortly.
Starkey missed time with a hamstring injury, and Bears were just not in rhythm. You know, he's one of those veteran guys that just makes everything go at the defensive end and into the transition game for LR. Now that he's back, Voss Eccleston cutting back door. Misses a little bit wide, but Venazio back there. 41 on the shot clock for LR. And we have a
ball in the field.
Whistle, another ball in the field. The Bears will try to use all of this shot clock here in the last 3.5 of this one.
They will, but if they get the opportunity to go, I think they will.
Voss spins.
Shoot it, Will.
Kanata does shoot it and scores again, top shelf.
Now, the difference between that shot and the shot he took in the second quarter is that shot he just shot it.
Yep.
The one he shot in the second quarter, he tried to aim it. Shoot it, ball goes in. Aim it, goalie makes a save.
Second of the day for Will.
We got a score update from Wingate. 15-11 Wingate in the fourth quarter.
Figured that the Bulldogs would figure it out. There's Kanata going top shelf. Goal number 11 on the season. The replay is presented by our friends at Spankler Restoration.
Then basically the Wingate scoring is a tale of Greco, Vodognick, Riley, and Padden.
Well, that's about par for the course for them.
Nate
Another
Ashley.
win. Ashley separates the ball from Weeks. Yep, you said it. MVP of the day
100%.
Has to be Nate Ashley, sophomore from Bradenton, Florida.
And his mom and dad make a mean salad for the postgame.
What kind of salad are we talking about
We're having pizza tonight, so probably like a Caesar salad or something like that.
Gotcha. Love nothing better than a good Caesar salad.
Absolutely. Hopefully with croutons.
Well, it's a vital ingredient to the Caesar salad. The croutons are, right?
Exactly. And Carolyn, who's not here tonight, makes a mean crouton.
Oh, makes a mean crouton.
Mm-hmm.
We don't go out of the bag here.
No, we buy high quality bakery bread and make some mean croutons. There you go. Oh, look, a speed dodge from Moffitt.
25 on the shot clock. Gives it off to Venazio. Seems like Moffitt and Venazio, with more time together, have become a lot more comfortable in this offensive zone.
It's going to be really exciting to see what they do the balance of this season and next season. Spin move, my Bryce. You got 10 seconds. You got to go.
Got to hurry.
Get a good
Scored
quality
a goal
shot.
Late shot clock earlier.
Or throw it now. Just throw it in the corner. Throw it in the corner, Bryce. Throw it in the corner. Throw it in the corner. Good job.
And there he goes. And another shot clock violation for the Bears, but it's under 2 and a 6-goal lead.
That's actually really smart offense by the Bear to use the entire shot clock. Time is our friend, and the and Coker needs to score a bunch, use the whole shot clock with a couple seconds left, just toss the ball in the corner. Now, if you I did see a D1 game where the player tossed the ball in the corner after the horn had gone, and that created a delay of game because he had possession of the ball when the shot the shot clock expired.
Really good cause turnover there by Dylan Stape deep in his zone. Basically puts the finishing touches on this one. The Bears can run these 80 seconds out and leave minimal time for the Trojans.
Yeah, it's about a 12-second difference or so. It's 6-second different in the shot clock and the game clock.
This game was 4-0 Anderson, remember, if you're just joining us. And all the momentum in the hands of the Trojans after the first quarter. Bears scored 5 in a row in the second quarter. It was 5-5 at halftime. LR 6-2 in the third quarter. Made it a 12-7 ball game at the end of the third, and now 3-2 Bears here in the fourth have done just enough offensively to keep things comfortable.
I want to look at the Nate Ashley face-off stats, if we've got those individual stats in our postgame, because he deserves a huge shout-out on what he was able to accomplish today.
Shot clock at 12. Bears just running around with it. Eccleston doubled. Probably not going to get to 100 career points today. Just a goal and an assist for Torren.
That's fine. Shot clock violation.
Actually, a goal and 2 assists, so it's going to come up just one short of 100 today.
What do we got?
I heard a whistle, and I think it should be a shot clock violation,
Should be
right?
100% should be a shot clock violation. Yeah, but the ball should be.
Yep. Anderson has it now right in front of us.
6.4 seconds.
Just waiting on the referee's signal as Rex Hardy has to back up to the 30, and he just chucks it down the field. And that will put
2.2 seconds left.
Bears desperately needed a win.
Yep,
Fell
Noah
behind.
Johnson's just going to salt that one away.
And
great job by the
got
Bears.
The win. 15-9 as the new lights were showing off here between the bricks with the new lights celebrating a Bear victory for the first time under the lights this season. LR gets back on track, takes control of the game from the second quarter on.
Yep.
And really looks like head and shoulders the better team for the vast majority of this game.
Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle in that maybe a little bit of a hangover from Saturday. But by far the last 3 quarters, they won each quarter, and they won each quarter more decisively as they went on. So that's a real positive momentum builder for the Bears, and really excited to see that. I don't know if we've gotten the individual stats, but we need to look at the Nate Ashley
7 for 20.
7 for 20. The first time he's ever faced off that I know of.
Against the best face-off guy in the country.
And Nate Ashley deserves huge kudos for doing what he was asked by Coach B to run out. I'm sure they worked maybe a little bit on that in practice, but they didn't practice Sunday. They practiced Monday and Tuesday. Probably very last-minute thing, hey, Nate, you're going to be taking some face-offs. And he did absolutely a 1,000% amazing job. All credits to Nate. Good offense with everybody. How many assists did we have on our goals?
Let's look. Team stats.
10 assists on 15 goals. That's the Bears sharing the ball. That's a great sign. When Bears have a whole lot of assists, we usually do pretty well, and we got to 12.
Bears outshoot Anderson 57-37, have the edge and ground balls 37-33. Only 1 penalty each, really quite a clean game.
Very clean game.
The Bears caused 17 turnovers to only 5.
That's a huge stat, and to cause that many turnovers and not have a whole bunch of penalties.
Also 20 for 22 on the clears, which has been a point of strength all season long.
And then the other thing is Anderson turned the ball over 27 times. The Bears only turned over 16 times, so that's great.
That's the story of the game, and that is why you see a 6-goal victory for the Bears. So the LR back in action Saturday, bit of a quick turnaround as they travel up the mountain to Greenville, Tennessee to take on Tusculum. So back on the road again.
Be the Bears' have they played on grass yet? It'd be the first game in a long time on grass. Oh, no, they played at Belmont Abbey on grass. So, and the Tusculum field is a lot nicer than the Belmont Abbey field. So it should be relatively good fitting, and we'll see how it goes. But hopefully a few people make a trip over the mountain. And it's nice. We're going to have a doubleheader with the women's game, so we'll be over there. The women play at 1, the men play at 4. It'll be a lot of fun to see as many Bear fans over there in Greenville. It's only about a 2.5 or so hour drive from Hickory. Those people coming down from Virginia, it's exactly the same time. If you're coming down 981 to get to Greenville, it is to get to Hickory. So let's all get there.
Here's your geography lesson today from Jamie Dickinson.
Geography, weather, just no math partner.
No, yeah, you've got all our bases covered with geography and all of the weather that we've had here tonight. So for Jamie Dickinson and the rest of our fantastic Bears Sports Network crew, Eric Bach saying so long from Moretz Stadium. Big win tonight for the Bears, who break the 6-game winning streak for Anderson. Lenoir-Rhyne 15, Anderson 9. This has been a presentation of the South Atlantic Conference on the Bears Sports Network.
Go Bears.